Okay, here's a follow-up to the auto indexer for the Loadmaster. If you saw my first video, it was a much simpler looking system. I had replaced the indexer with a 3D printed indexer that had an internal reset system, so it looked very simple and elegant, but durability wise, it just didn't last. So I went back to use the original steel square rod that comes with the Loadmaster, and so far this is where I'm at. So you see how it works. So at the top of the stroke, it releases. There's a spring, that's the auto feature, pops it out so it doesn't, it still has to, it's touching the frame here, but this is to soften when this pops out. Without this, it just pops out violently. So I've got this on here so it catches it and lets it come out gently. But the spring, pulls it out. It indexes, it locks in position to hold it. The other one also, the problem I had with it, not only was it not durable, but since it went in and came out immediately, you would get backlash on the shell plate. And what I noticed was when you're coming up, your cases might hit the edge of the dies, and then you have to fight them in. So this locking in position, the way the original Loadmaster does, keeps the shell plate positioned exactly where it is when it indexes, so you don't get that backlash and potentially have the cases not line up. But we see we come up to the top, see it releases, it hits this ramp. Like I said, this isn't necessary to make it work, but this is pretty violent when it pops out if you don't add this. So it looks like it's interacting with the frame, but this is just there so to make it come out slower. It doesn't need this to actually index. Pops out, and there we go. So we'll run this a couple of times. Now, the benefit of this is now I can loosen up the carrier, and I can adjust it to make it line up with my dies perfectly. I'm not forced to line up the indexer to the frame to make it index. On my specific frame, my specific Loadmaster, I don't know if it's machined a little off, but my die turret goes in like a degree out. So if I adjust my carrier to line up perfectly with my dies, it doesn't even come close to touching the frame. I had a different item that I'd added to my press to fix that problem, but we're always trying to come up with new stuff. So this addresses that problem. So this is, say, option 2 or design number 2. I'm still working on this to refine it, but right now this seems to work pretty good. I'm adding this little ramp. This is a ramp that I'm clipping onto the lever arm. Because this kicks out at an angle and you have to push it back before it can go in, often this wants to bind up, and it might do that even on the original Loadmaster, the way it works, because it has to hit and then it has to push it in and it has to slide sideways. So this little clip-on ramp right here, it makes this, it's one finger now. I can push this with one finger and index it. Give a quick shot of that. So it comes up, that's where you can just, it's nice and easy to index it. Adding this ramp takes a lot of the pressure, the force needed to get it to index, makes that go away because we're forcing that arm to swing over. All right, so I feel like I'm getting closer to having something I can offer. Durability wise, we're reusing the metal. The 3D printed parts are just the catch, basically. So hopefully I'm getting closer to having something I can offer. All right, thanks.